Do you feel like you are stuck in a skinny fat phase and you are ready for a change? I got you covered. In this video, I will show you a 5-step process to progress from skinny fat to fit. This 5-step process is not just based on my experience. I have coached hundreds of clients with great success using this formula. Let's dive straight into the first step, which is understanding the concept of being skinny fat. When you have stubborn fat around the stomach but also feel like you have skinny arms and low muscle mass, this results in a skinny fat look, and it can be confusing. Because do you lose the fat first, or should you first start building more muscle, or even the combination of the two? It is fair to say that being skinny fat is mostly a muscle issue. Someone at 20% body fat with high muscle mass looks different than someone with 20% body fat and low muscle mass. But I can imagine that you also want to lose the stubborn belly fat as you build a more muscular frame. So the 5-step skinny fat process I will show you will include a combination of fat loss and muscle building strategies to help you level up your fitness results. But before we dive into the science, there is something you need to understand. Being skinny fat is common because of the lifestyle we have in the modern world. Many people are sedentary throughout the day, underestimate the benefits of resistance training, and just look around your food environment. We are constantly exposed to processed, low-protein foods that are high in calories. So it makes sense that many of us are gaining stubborn belly fat while still having a skinny frame. Fortunately, you have the power to turn this around. Now it's time to put in the work with step 2 by moving into a body recomposition phase. If someone has a skinny fat look, chances are they do not have years of training experience in the gym, which makes them a beginner trainee. As supported by the scientific research, someone with less than 1 year of consistent training experience has the potential to build muscle while losing fat. So instead of an aggressive bulk or cut, I recommend a middle ground by going through a 2 to 3 month body recomposition. While in a body recomposition, you focus on training hard 3 to 4 times per week, with the goal of realizing progressive overload and getting stronger on the key compound movements like the bench press, squats, rows, and shoulder press. While following an intense lifting weights program, you also maintain a small calorie deficit to lose body fat. Eating 10% below your maintenance calories is a good general guideline while in the body recomposition phase. Most people maintain their body weight when they consume around 15 calories per pound of their goal body weight. So let's say your goal weight is 170 pounds. You maintain your body weight at around 2,550 calories per day. But we do not just want to maintain your physique, we want to lose fat while building muscle, and we need a 10% calorie deficit to realize this. So in the same example of someone's goal weight being 170 pounds, have a 10% calorie deficit, which will place you at roughly 2,300 calories per day. While eating in a 10% calorie deficit, make sure you also consume at least 0.7 grams per pound of your goal body weight in protein, because research shows that at 0.7 grams per pound, you maximize the muscle growth benefits of a high-protein diet. With an intense 3 to 4 day per week lifting program, a 10% calorie deficit, and elevated protein intake, you are well on your way to have an effective body recomposition. Within 2 to 3 months, you should start seeing your results coming up. Like my online coaching client Nilanka, who realized this body recomposition progress in 8 weeks. My online coaching client Kevin is another great example. Kevin was able to lean out in 12 weeks while gaining strength and having an overall stronger frame. As you can see in this example, the goal of this first step with the body recomposition is not to get completely shredded or extremely muscular, but to take a first step away from being skinny fat. I'll give you another example with my online coaching client Frank. In 12 weeks, his frame and posture improved really well, but there was more progress to be made. You will not get extremely ripped or muscular yet in this first body recomposition phase, but you also can't expect that in the first 8 to 12 weeks. This next step I'm about to discuss though, that will take you to the next level. The third step after a body recomposition phase is to head into a lean bulk. You realize your first fat loss success and build some muscle. Once you are around the 15% body fat range and have a healthy athletic frame, you can head into a lean bulk to build more muscle. Alternatively, in this phase, you can choose to lean out further and directly go to 10% body fat, but I recommend you to stay patient and build some muscle first after your successful body recomposition. You will feel more comfortable and higher in energy at a low 10% body fat range once you have more muscle mass. We know from the scientific research that to optimize muscle growth, you preferably eat in a small calorie surplus. I purposely say a small calorie surplus and call this a lean bulk, because the last thing you want is to regain fat after your body recomposition. Now, during a lean bulk, a few things change. With training, you focus on lifting weights even harder. If you normally train 3 to 4 times per week, you now buff this up to 4 to 5 times per week. You will be eating more so you can use these extra calories productively towards building more muscle. Continue focusing on progressive overload on the main compound movements, But now also start adding some advanced training techniques in your routine, like stretch-mediated hypertrophy exercises. We know from recent research that exercises in which you load a muscle in that lengthened position helps you boost muscle growth. As an example, instead of a typical standing bicep curl, start performing face-away cable bicep curls for an increased bicep stretch. Instead of triceps pushdowns, train a triceps overhead extension. And instead of a lying leg curl, train a seated hamstring curl. Based on new emerging research, having these stretch-focused exercises will increase your gains. Next to training, we of course also need more calories to support muscle growth. But I need to emphasize that it's only a small number of extra calories. A good lean bulk recommendation is to add 200 calories on top of your maintenance calorie intake. So if your maintenance calories are 15 calories per pound of your body weight and you weigh 170 pounds, you maintain your weight at 2,550 calories, and your lean bulking calories should be at 2,750 calories per day. Do not maintain an even larger calorie surplus. It is counterproductive. A recent 2023 study shows this well. The researchers created two bulking groups. The first group maintained a small calorie surplus to gain 1% of their body weight per month, while the second group maintained a large calorie surplus with the goal to gain 3% of their body weight per month. After 8 weeks of training, both groups gained a similar amount of muscle, but the second group that bulked up faster gained more fat with no extra benefit. So keep this bulking phase lean. I approached the lean bulk in this way with my online coaching client, Hector. As you can see, Hector gained size while staying lean in a 16-week lean bulk. Another example is Kevin, who I showed you earlier. After the body recomposition, we did a lean bulk and we noticed faster muscle and strength development. Essentially, this works. You just need to trust the process and give the lean bulk a good 3 to 4 months. Now you have an athletic, muscular physique, and if your goal is to fully lean out around a 10% body fat, you are in a great position to accomplish that. That's why the fourth step after the lean bulk is to get into a fat loss phase. Now you get to accomplish your ultimate goal of getting to a ripped 10% body fat. Because after the lean bulk, you're still at a healthy 15 to 17% body fat and you have good muscle mass to fully lean out. The biggest change during a proper fat loss phase will be your nutrition. Now's the time to head into a deeper calorie deficit to lose fat faster while still maintaining muscle. Individual calorie needs can differ widely from person to person. But as I have done throughout the video, I want to give you a general guideline to work with. Having 11 to 12 calories per pound of your goal body weight is generally a good range to lose fat at a healthy pace. So let's use the example again of someone with a goal weight of 170 pounds. If this individual consumes between 1,870 to 2,040 calories per day, you will be well on your way to reach 10 to 12% body fat over the next 3 months. I have used a similar system with my online coaching clients to get them fully lean. Like my online coaching client Nabil, who went from 15% to 10% body fat. My coaching client Adalai accomplished a similar result by maintaining such a nutrition approach. With your training, not much has to change compared to how you used to train during the lean bulk. The type of training that helps you build muscle helps you maintain muscle in a calorie deficit. So keep up your training efforts. The only thing you may notice as you get closer to 12 to 13% body fat is that it gets harder to continue losing fat without any additional cardio. As a way to boost your fat loss progress, you can add a daily 30 to 40 minute walk to your routine to burn an extra 200 calories per day. This helps speed up your fat loss results without increasing training demand too much. With these 4 steps, you will have mastered your skinny fat journey and have a physique you can be proud of. But as you probably notice, it does take time. Like anything worth having in life takes time. In the ideal scenario, you need a 2-month body recomposition, 3-month lean bulk, and a 3-month fat loss phase. That's 8 months in total to complete these steps, which is in line with the progress I see in my online coaching clients. I want to remind you though that the results are gradual. In 2 months from now, you will feel better than you do today. And in 4 months, you will feel even way better. The time is going to pass anyway. So instead of chasing fitness gimmicks and hacks for 8 months, commit to actually putting in the work. And I can help make the journey easier for you by guiding you through each step. With my online coaching service, I will personally design your training and nutrition approach while holding you accountable throughout that process. If you run into any plateaus or challenges, I will adapt your plan based on your lifestyle so you can keep progressing and become one of my many success stories. You can apply by visiting the link in my description. Once you apply, I will get back to you and we can set up a call to get the process started. Now, as promised, the skinny fat process I'm explaining in this video has 5 steps. Because once you are at 10% body fat with good muscle, you now also need to maintain those results or go for even more progress. In this fifth step, you are in a great position to head into another lean bulk to build more muscle while staying lean. This is what I personally am doing at the moment. For 3 months straight, I'm in a lean bulking process to gain more muscle and strength. Then on the 4th month, I go into a mini cut just to stay lean and get rid of some potential body fat I may have gained during the lean bulk. This ratio of doing 3 months of a lean bulk and 1 month of a mini cut has kept me lean, athletic, and strong for years. If you are interested in a follow-up video about how I approach these lean bulk and mini cut cycles over the long term, subscribe to this channel and let me know in the comments below. I will gladly explain this process in more detail. And that was all for today's video. I hope you now have a better understanding on how to tackle your fitness goals. If you feel stuck in that skinny fat phase, I have a new awesome video aligned for you here above that will also help you out. So go ahead and check that out, and I will see you in the next one.